So yesterday while we were out canvassing, we were really just craving a connection with people, and we were very discouraged earlier in the day. We felt like people weren't opening their doors, and they just weren't receptive to the message that we had to share. And we just felt for them. We wanted them to feel the truth. We wanted them to know the truth, what we know. We just wanted to share with them. We headed to lunch, and when we came back, we prayed and asked God to please give us an encounter. As soon as that prayer ended, a car approached us and asked us what we were doing. And we told them, well, we're just giving gifts out to the community. And they asked us, well, what book are you giving us? And they continued the conversation. And as we were talking, she said, I need prayer. Meet me at my house. And while we were just canvassing, we continued to reach the other homes and leave books on the cars. And eventually we did end up going to her home, and we tried ringing the bell, and she wasn't answering. And I remembered her mentioning that find the yellow. So we go to the back of the house and we're looking for the yellow, and we go to her home. And as we approach her home, we're knocking at her door and she's not answering. And her neighbor actually came out of his house and said, are you trying to get inside? And I say, no, we're just trying to meet someone. There's someone we need to talk to. And I feel in me saying, you need to talk to him. So as I go to talk to him, the person that we were initially going to speak to actually comes out at that exact same time. So my partner goes and speaks to her and ministers to her. And while she's ministering to her, I'm ministering to this man that comes and tells us, hey, let me let you in. And I just felt like that was an invitation that God purposely placed us there to speak to him. As we're speaking to him, he mentions his entire journey and how truly like God has been in pursuit of him. And I tell him, and I'm like, throughout your testimony, throughout your conversation, our conversation, I see God's pursuit of you. And he goes, well, it's crazy because I've been feeling like I need to go to church, and people have been telling me to go to church. But when I go to church, I see people and I don't see them walking out the same thing that they're preaching. And I tell him, well, that is some of the things that we're going to encounter, but you will find someone, you'll find a community. You think that I'm here by accident, it is on purpose for a purpose. And I tell him that God is in pursuit of him. He is constantly in pursuit of him. And that he doesn't have to go to the actual building to start his relationship with God. God will meet him exactly where he is. And I tell him, you cannot go to a building expecting to be disappointed, because you'll walk out disappointed. I told him, we'll meet him today. I'm going to sign you up for Bible study. This is exactly what you need. And I want you to let God in. Let God, because he's in pursuit of you. He's constantly been in pursuit of you. His father is actually a minister, and he's been ministering for 30 years. So he had that initial, experience with God, but has kind of veered away, ventured out, and I see that God is trying to call him back. So he signed up for the Bible studies, very excited, and I could see the change in his heart and his character and just our conversation. But not only did God use me to speak through him or to him, but God also spoke to me and told me, you were discouraged this morning, but this is the exact reason why I brought you here. And it was just a reminder that yesterday, although we were in a spiritual high, that we have to continue this spiritual walk with God. We're not always going to feel him as strongly as we did the day before, but we have to continue to walk out in faith and continue to be faithful and bold for his kingdom, because there are people yearning for his love. They're so hungry for him. He was so hungry for him. And I could see that God was in true pursuit of him, as he is in constant pursuit of us. I think it's so interesting, right? Because a lot of times we want to do so much for his kingdom, and it's hard because we're simply here to plant the seed, right? And I think that God is reminding us that we don't have to walk them through the entire process of salvation. We're simply there to plant that seed, and God used the people that we were reaching to minister to us. It is the beautiful thing of working for God, is that when we pour into other people, we are poured into 2 times that, so it was beautiful seeing that, because it is a reminder that although we are tired physically, we are not tired spiritually, and we want to continue fighting for his kingdom. We want to continue bringing people to him, but it is not through our own might, but his. And these opportunities, the people that we encounter, that is our reminder from God that we continue throughout this work, and he will continue to be our strength, our sustenance through it all. So I actually met the group that I'm with in January. I think it was a divine appointment, and I truly believe that God is so intentional with the people he places in your life. I met them, and I joined their Bible study for Ellen G. White, and I saw that message in the chat saying that there's a mission trip we should join, and I felt like God was telling me this is where you need to go. So I signed up right away, and I said I'm gonna do this, and I prayed to God and I asked God, I don't know what's gonna happen during this trip, but I know you're gonna do something great. And He told me, you are going to come out of this a different person. You're going to come out of this walking in purpose and walking for my kingdom. And I felt it from the day I started my journey here to this very day and this very moment now. And I know that I'm expectant when I'm speaking it in boldness and just claiming it, that He is going to not just change my life, but change all of those here. That's why I'm here. It's for His kingdom.